Oh, that's the one you wanted? Oh. Hello, CSEC scholars. Welcome to another live CSEC class. This evening, we're going to look at how we derive pi. What is this thing called pi? We keep using it over and over. It comes up all the time. How did we come by pi? So that's what we're going to do tonight. Before we do that, though, here is our series of live classes. This is our schedule. So write down these dates, times, and what topics are discussed. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, guys. So we're going to do we're going to do a little experiment then. And for this experiment, you are going to need some circular objects. And you are also going to need a measuring tape, or if you don't have a measuring tape, you can get your ruler and a piece of strip of paper. And what you'll do is you'll use a strip of paper to run it around this circle, because we're going to be measuring the circumference and diameter of circles. And then you can put that against the ruler to get the measurement, since the ruler can't go around the circle, right? So the measuring tape is the better thing because it's very flexible and it can go around the circumference. So the concept of pi, which is 3.14 corrected 2 decimal places, or 22/7 as a fraction. Pi comes up over and over again. It comes up in trig, it comes up in geometry, it comes up all the time. Pi is the relationship between the circumference of a circle and the diameter of that circle. So we're going to take some measurements tonight of a number of circles, some small, some medium, some large, and we're going to see how the circumference and the diameter compare. So Imani, if you don't have a measuring tape, just get a strip of paper and you can use that to do your measurement, and then put that along the ruler to get the actual measurement of it. All right, so welcome on board, Imani and John.
Good night, miss.
Good night. Welcome, Asar.
No,
All right, so we're going to start with, so we have a table set up on which we are going to record our items. All right, so Asar, I believe you have 5 objects. Tell me what they are.
alright, so I have a bowl, a cup, and
So you have
cereal and
what?
a coin. A coin, a bowl, a
A
cover, and
coin,
mm,
coin,
a
bowl,
bowl,
uh-huh.
um, a cap,
Cap.
yeah,
Oh, cap. Okay. And
a coin.
I have coin,
Oh, we already have it. And a tissue roll.
tissue roll. What's the other thing? It's 5 things you have.
Um, oh, and a cup.
Cup.
Yes, miss.
Imani, what do you have?
Miss, I have a toothpick holder, a medicine cup,
So
what else?
just gonna put TP holder. Let's
Okay,
remember that's toothpick holder. What
okay,
else?
miss. I have the wheel of this toy.
Wheel.
I have the cover for this Lysol bottle.
So Lysol cover.
I have a cup. I
Mhm.
also have a roller tape. I have
Cup
another
and
cover and
tape.
this. Yes, miss. Like
The
a roller
measuring
tape.
tape.
No, miss, a roll of tape, like an
Oh,
actual.
roll of tape. Okay. So tape. All right. Does John have anything else, or that's what both of you have together?
Miss Missy has a cork.
Cork.
Yes, miss.
All right. So these are our objects that we're going to compare. So what we're going to do, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. For each one, you're going to take the measuring tape and you're going to get the measurement of the circumference. So the circumference is the distance all the way around the outer edge of the object. And then you're going to tell me that. And then you're going to measure the diameter. So these are all circular objects. So the circumference is the distance on the outside. The diameter is the distance across the middle. Now I want you to try and get the exact mid as close as you can to the middle, right? Usually no line is drawn for us. These are objects, everyday objects. Nobody's thinking we're going to be doing experiments to find the diameter of them. So there's no guide. So you have to just use your estimation and measure as close to the center as possible, distance across the center. So Asar, start with your coin. Um, so use the centimeter. Does the measuring tape have a centimeter section, or it's just inches?
Um, it has centimeter.
Centimeters. So give me the centimeter measurements. For the coin, start with the coin. Give me the circumference.
Um,
So measure the distance
I
around the coin.
I got 3 centimeters squared.
3 centimeters
Squared. Yeah.
square. Square.
Oh, circumference.
For the circumference, three
2 centimeters.
centimeters. And the diameter,
And for the diameter, I got 1 centimeter.
1 centimeter.
1.1 centimeter.
1.1. All right. The bowl,
For the bowl, the diameter I have 9.3.
for the diameter,
Yeah, for a diameter of 9.3 centimeters.
9.3. For the circumference,
And for the circumference, I have 30 centimeters.
how much?
30 centimeters.
30 centimeters. Okay. For the cap,
8 centimeters for the circumference. And for the diameter, 2.5 centimeters.
2.5. For the tissue roll,
For the tissue, 6.5 centimeters. So,
for what? The circumference,
yeah.
6.5. For the diameter,
For the diameter, I have 2
2.
centimeters.
Okay. For the cup,
Oh, for the cup, it's supposed to be the cap's measurements.
mm-hmm.
Where I have the cup, it's supposed to be the cap's measurements.
It's a cap.
Yeah.
So you only have four objects.
No, I have 5, but I measured the
So
wrong
what should be where cup is?
cap.
I have cap here,
Yeah, so like erase cap and put cup, and then where you see cup, erase cup and put cap.
Oh, okay. So you're saying, all right. So this should be cup, and this should be cap, right?
Yes, miss.
So that should be cup. This should be cup here.
Yes, miss.
All right. So for the cap, what is it then? Circumference.
The circumference is 4 meters. 4
Meters,
centimeters.
centimeters, and the diameter,
1.3
1.3
meters.
centimeters, not meters at all. All right. Thanks, Asar. Imani,
Yes,
Okay,
the
miss.
TP holder.
The older, um, I got 14 centimeters for the circumference.
Okay, so 14 centimeters.
And then for the diameter, I got 4.3 centimeters.
4.3.
Yes, miss.
All right, for the wheel,
For the wheel circumference, I got 20, 21.7 centimeters.
21.7.
And for the diameter, I got 6.2 Centimeters.
Six
Sorry,
point
I got 7 centimeters.
seven flat.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Wait, check.
Child.
Wait.
Check
Sorry.
it over. Check it over. Diameter.
Give me 6.8 centimeters.
Hmm?
6.8 centimeters. Miss.
6.8.
Yes, miss.
In the red we have coin, bowl, cup, tissue, cap. What we said was a TP holder again. What was TP
Toothpick
holder for?
holder. Toothpick holder.
Hmm?
Toothpick
Toothpick
holder.
holder and wheel. All right, so the diameter for the wheel was what? 7?
For the wheel,
6 point
would
how
be
much?
6.8, miss.
6.8. All right. All right. Mhm. We're going to compare them. We're going to find pi. I'm showing them how they get pi. All right, so for the Lysol cover,
Oh, let's see. I got 22.3 centimeters.
22.3,
Yes, miss.
and the diameter,
The diameter is um 7.9 centimeters.
all right, so let John measure the other three now.
Okay, miss. So
All right, so John, for the cup, what's the circumference?
this this.
Measure the distance around the edge of the cup.
Um,
What's happening, John?
it's 28
28 what?
centimeters.
Huh?
Centimeters.
28 centimeters for the cup circumference. What's the diameter?
Yeah, 11.7 centimeters.
11.7.
Yes, miss. Centimeters.
Are you sure?
Yes, miss.
11.7.
Yes, miss.
You're putting it as close to the center as possible.
Yes, miss.
All right, 11.7. How about the tape?
It's 33 point.
33 points.
33.8 centimeter.
And the diameter.
11.7 centimeters.
0.7. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Finally, now the cork.
So, oh, here is the cork. 10 miss, 10 centimeters.
And the diameter.
Miss 5.
John,
Alright.
John, I'm very suspicious of your measurements. I'm being honest. 5 for the middle of the cork.
No, miss, I was just dividing it.
Huh?
I was just
They can
dividing it.
divide it by two to get the diameter.
Just 4. Just 4. 4 centimeters.
All right. So, what I'm going to ask each of you to do now, we're going to divide the circumference by the diameter. So, Asar, you get ready to do your set. So, just divide the circumference by the diameter and tell me what you get. For the coin, 3 divided by 1.1. Asar,
Oh, you want your hand?
tell me the answer you get. Divide 3 by 1.1.
Okay. 2.7.
2.7. 30 divided by 9.3.
3.2.
Don't round them off, you know. Give me
You want
four
the answer,
decimal.
okay?
Give me 4 decimal places. 3.2
3.2258.
or 3 decimal places. All right. The cup, 8 divided by 2.5.
3.2.
3.2. 6.5 divided by 2.
3.25.
3.25.
3.25.
4 divided by 1.3.
3.077.
3.077. All right. Imani, 14 divided by 4.3.
Okay, miss, for that I got 3.255.
3.255.
Um,
And 21.7 divided by 6.5.
and 6.8. I got
6.8.
3.191.
3.9.
3.191.
3.191.
1. For
22.3 divided by 7.9.
miss, I got 2.8.
Huh?
Miss, I got 2.82.
2.82. All right. John, 28 divided by 11.7. I'm so suspicious of these last three. See? These last three measurements. John,
Yes, miss. Miss,
28 divided by 11.7.
yes, miss, 2.39. I was using the end of the micrometer.
2.39. 33.8 divided by 11.7.
Was 2.88.
2.88 and 10 divided by 4,
Was 2.5.
2.5. I really think these last measurements were far from accurate. The first set of measurements here, these are much better in terms of estimation. But these are not, I mean, they are within range still. But so the idea is, so you notice these ones, look at these ones 3.225, 3.2, 3.25, 3.255, 3.07, 3.1. You see it. So roughly, the diameter of any circle, and these can round to 3 as well. The diameter of any circle is roughly 3 times less than the circumference, or the circumference is roughly 3 times the diameter of any circle. More accurately, so if we had instruments that could give us more accurate measurements, we would get closer and closer to the 3.14, which we know as pi. These are estimations that we did this evening, right? We know our instruments are not completely accurate and we're just gauging, we're just giving a rough idea. But even so, you can see that the trend, see how clear? Roughly 3 times the circumference. It doesn't matter whether the circle is as small as a coin or even smaller, or it's as big as a bowl. It doesn't matter the size of the circle. Once you divide the circumference of that circle by the diameter of that circle, you're going to get 3 point something, something, something. And the more accurate your measurements, the closer you get to 3.14, which is what we know as pi, and that's the symbol pi, and that's the Greek symbol, the Greek letter, and that's the word for it, pi, pi. So that is how pi was derived. It was from running experiments to see the relationship between the circumference and the diameter of any given circle. And you can do this at home. You can do your own experiment. Get as many circular objects as you can. The more, the merrier. The more of them you do, the more you see the pattern coming up. And try to be as accurate as you can. Measure the distance around the circle and measure the distance across the middle of the circle and divide the circumference by the diameter, and you should get 3 point something, hopefully as close to 3.14 as you can. All right, so that's all we're doing for tonight. We're just deriving pi. Remember, this is our formula class where we show how we derive formulas. Remember to join us at midnight tonight for our midnight oil class. We're taking a little break from the CSEC lessons, and we're going to be doing some city and guilds math past papers. So tonight we're actually going to be doing a diagnostic test for the city and guilds math. So see you tonight, midnight, and well, it shouldn't take us long. It's only 30 questions for this particular diagnostic test. So we'll get that over in a jiffy. All right, so I'll see you guys tonight.
Yes.
Bye, sir.
All right,
Let
so
me
bye,
start.
bye, Ifani, bye, Sar, bye, John. Goodbye to all those in the chat:
Bye.
Zion, Jamani,
Bye.
Jaleel, Dinsmore, all the others who are joining us. See you tonight at midnight when the clock strikes 12.
Well,
I love your outdoors. It's very pretty. All right, so here's our schedule, guys. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.